think I'm gonna make the title of this video Tomatoes Speak, or something of that nature. I haven't really came up with it, but right now we're on the north side of the garden, and I wanted to show you guys. The sun is bright. I try to get down here in the morning before the sun gets out of control, and the light's more even, and it's a lot more flattering, and God knows we need that at my age. But I want to give you a shot here of the garden. Here is some lacinato kale, and I put some way over there. You can't see them, but it's amazing. Just 1 week, not even a week, the difference in size being in the ground for that week. At some point, they really slow down. At first, I don't think it really matters, but it's a good way to control the weeds and what have you initially. So what I did here, guys, was I built these 2 rows up yesterday morning, and we got to get this stuff in the ground. So here, some trays. So what I'm going to do is right here at the very back of the garden, because I enter through that gate there with the tiller, and the things that I know are going to last the majority of the season, I'll put up to the front. That way the things that have a short life, like maybe 20, not 20, but say, lettuces at 30, 40 days to maturity. Toward the back here, we can put the lettuces, and we can take them out, retill, and we won't have to disturb the stuff we put up toward the front. So anyway, let's get over to the other side of the garden where we're talking about the tomatoes and what I discovered. So let's get over there. Okay, guys. So what's the big secret? And I'll be straight and direct and to the point. This row here of tomatoes is absolutely loaded with tomatoes. This variety here is very, very nicely populated with tomatoes. And this variety is the Super Beefsteaks. Let me see if I can get a good shot of that. It's 80 day to maturity. And this variety here these are massive 2-pound tomatoes, and this is the Porterhouse Hybrid, and this is one of the largest seeds that Burpee, our tomato plants that Burpee sells. But as you can see, no tomatoes on hardly any of these guys. Got a couple scragglers here, but for the majority of these plants, there's nothing. So I think it's a function of the heat, and this variety here, the larger ones, don't start them early. You're just wasting your time. We have right here, 3-4 foot plants loaded with tomatoes, even larger plants, healthier, bigger stalks, and no tomatoes. But I think now that it's cooling down, actually it hasn't cooled down yet this year. This has been a real hot early season. I mean, it's been 80s and 90s. We're really waiting for the time change. I want to put these seedlings down here, and I want to show you guys what's going on over here real quick. I'm going to try to keep these videos under 5 minutes, but this is what I'm trying to do here is not clip all these side suckers. See, on the ones on the rows, we snip these guys here, and these we're going to allow to bush. They call for a 3 foot spacing for these guys, and you can see how ginormous they're getting already. And what we're going to do is, what happens is once they get loaded with tomatoes, these side shoots are difficult to support, becomes a big problem. But we'll give this a shot. And this is one thing I want to show you guys right here. I had an extra squash plant. I just set it on the side here, out of the initial ones, and that son of a gun is beautiful, and obviously it's got squash on it. This squash should have been picked a long time ago, but you know, they definitely like the hills. I think this guy right here is just a little bit too ripe. But anyway, guys, that's it. Oh yeah, this is right now is to the point where you got to run that scuttle hoe through here and get these weeds under control. You just don't want to let them seed up. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. These tomato plants here, loaded. I mean, every plant on this row has tomatoes. And like this right here, you know, you might want to like pop one out so you don't have so many on one. There's just no room for them to grow. It's just too many right there bunched up. But these two little guys on the end don't have any. They're not as happy as the rest. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Clay Pike, Jupiter Farmer. We got a lot of planting to do, as you can see on the other side of the garden. And I always say this, but we're gonna try to get back down here later in this afternoon and see what's going on and try to, you know, show the progress. But by the end of the day, my back is not happy. It's a good workout though. We want to talk about some good cardio, building up those rows. You know, yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday. What is today? Saturday, the 7th, I believe. And, you know, I didn't have any early morning appointments, so I went down there and got my cardio building up those rows. And so today we're gonna try to plant those out, and possibly tomorrow start some new seeds. Maybe I'll make a video on how I start the seeds up and everything. Anyway, Clay Pike, Jupiter Farmer, out. Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't touch base on this real quick, guys. So just a little add-on here. Sun's coming up, and usually I like to try to plant before the sun gets up. That's a great tip. If you want to, like, you know, make it more enjoyable, get out super early before the sun gets up and do all the heavy labor, you know, in the shade. If you got any shade, early morning, you know, you got an hour of light before the sun actually really gets intense. So I would suggest that. But so these guys here, we're gonna use and maybe take some twine or rope and try to support these like right here. And they're super bushy, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but these son of a guns are just crazy bushy. But what we do over here is we try to take the Velcro and Velcro these. You can see here, I got the Velcro here. And we take the suckers. I brought some scissors, see here, and go ahead and show you what we do here. Just take, and on these little edges here, we just pop these guys off. Don't want to do that one. That one's a tomato, but this guy's huge, and you can see it's right in the node right there. Get my camera focused. It's right in the node. This is some old shearing kitchen scissors, and we just knock those off. So in the evenings I just come down here and knock these off of here like this, you know. And as you can see here, you got the Velcro, and you buy that Velcro and just throw that in the grass. Let me show you what we got going here. At Home Depot, you go ahead and get this Velcro, and let's give a shot of that. In a roll, it's $3. It goes a long way. And quick tip on how to preserve that Velcro is don't let it get sandy. You know, don't take these Velcro like I did. Take them off and throw them in a pot, an old soil pot. Take them off and put them in a Ziploc baggie, because once that sand gets in there, they're no good. And another thing is, you know, I tried to conserve. They do lose after a couple seasons their ability to grab. So, you know, I used to do just a 1.5 turns, and now I make them a lot bigger. And so you get a couple rotations around. That way it'll ensure, you know, 3 or 4 years worth of usage out of those things, instead of trying to make them too short. Because, they just don't grab as good, but I think if you get a couple turns, you're in good shape. All right, guys, that's it. Clay pike, Jupiter Farmer, had to throw that out there. And weeding today and planting, staking. This guy here needs to definitely come up. You can see here how, you know, out of control. It's not where it needs to be. It needs to be up here. Straighten that bad boy out. But yeah, everything is looking good. Having a good time in the garden. It's a lot of work. Got the bench almost cleared off. Just go ahead and give you a shot here. Oh, I need to get in there and spray. Collards are getting ate up. Broccolis are looking really good. A couple of them fell over, so I put this pot there to stand that bad boy back up. Some tomatoes there. These are some new seedlings, but we're gonna start a whole nother round of seedlings and get in here and get to some eating. Do some mustard greens up. This guy's not happening. I don't know what happened here. Gotta investigate that a little closer. The kale looking good. Cucumbers are looking good. I'm gonna pick that guy maybe for lunch. But yeah, guys, everything's looking really good. Here comes the sun. Definitely gonna drop a couple pounds of water weight this morning. Get in here and get it done. All right, clay pike out. Hey, one last thing. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you get a chance, if you're a YouTube person, or on Facebook, like it. We really appreciate you tuning in.